Hey. Now, it's been about 3 days since the side order trailer dropped, and I've already made 4 videos on it, and I still have more to make. Every time I go back and watch the trailer, I notice something different that I didn't the first couple times, and then I start theorizing and speculating again, and then I come up with new ideas of what could be possible in side order. And I have another one, and that is, what if Agent 8 in side order is actually a clone, or we get cloned at some point? That would in universe explain why we have to start all the way back from the beginning of the Spire of Order with none of our stuff, because since it's a roguelike, if we die we start all the way back from floor 1 with none of our upgrades. So there could be an in-universe reason for that our soul is the original Agent 8 but gets transferred into a brand new cloned body, because in this scene right here we see our body materializing and then the soul floating into it. And if the theory that this is all just a simulation or just digitally created is true, then it wouldn't really be too hard to make clones. You can just copy and paste, technically, that's the simulation. And cloning material or cloning technology already exists in Splatoon lore anyway. That's where Lil Judd came from. Lil Judd is a clone of Judd. So if there's technology like perfect cloning technology and the ability to create immortality serums, cloning technology already exists. So, and if my theory from a couple videos ago that Commander Tartar is the main antagonist of Side Order, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to think that he would be cloning Agent 8 or other Octarians or Mammalians or those dead fish, whatever it be. It's not too far-fetched to think that Commander Tartar would have access to that cloning technology. Since he was created by the Professor, Commander Tartar is an AI created by the Professor to pass down the knowledge and legacy of humanity down to the next capable species. So I don't think it was ever specifically stated who created the cloning technology, but I have no doubt that Professor at least knew about it. He at least had to have known about it. Again, Lil Judd was cloned from Judd, who was the Professor's cat. So obviously he knew about this cloning technology. And since he created Commander Tartar, there's a possibility that he included that cloning technology, like the knowledge of it, data of how to build it maybe, or just the general knowledge of it existing, and maybe knowing the location of it, whatever. Commander Tartar would have that knowledge, so he would know where to find it or how to build it or whatever. So it's not too far out of the realm of possibility that Commander Tartar could be cloning Agent 8. And why Tartar would be cloning Agent 8, that part's not really as fleshed out, because we know in Octo Expansion, Commander Tartar kind of took a liking towards Agent 8 with how well they were passing the tests and just their overall prowess. But then later his feelings changed when Agent 8 started working with the Squidbeak platoon and Off the Hook to fight against him. So after all of this time, maybe he could still has hope that he could use Agent 8 to create his army, so he's like going with one last chance. Since he has the cloning technology, and if this is in a digital simulation, he could easily just clone Agent 8 and then change their code or rewrite their code and reprogram them to be loyal to him and just serve under him mindlessly, kind of like he did with the sanitized Octarians. But here he would have more control over it. Since it is a digital simulation, he'd have more control over their behavior and everything. So he could be creating an army of Agent 8s as like the ultimate life form, as he still wanted to make, or as just a simple army. You can kind of think of it like the Salmonids, how those new dead fish enemies we see are like the regular salmonids, and then the army of Agent 8s are like the boss salmonids. So the dead fish could be just like the frontline small fry, just a large group of these small enemies to overwhelm whoever he's trying to fend off or fight against if there is a threat. And then just the Agent 8s as like his top of the line, more equipped, heavy duty like army. I mean, it's possible. Splatoon lore goes way deep. The backstory and lore of Splatoon has backstory and lore. So everything in Splatoon has lore. And Splatoon is a very wacky and whimsical series, all right? It's a series about squids who can turn into kids who love fashion and being fresh, shooting each other with multicolored ink. So anything can happen. Anything is technically possible. And we've already seen the insane technology that humans had before they went extinct, all right? They had perfect cloning technology. They apparently invented an immortality serum, which is how Judd is still around. He's basically immortal since the professor injected him with the immortality serum instead of himself. So Judd could live on, and he died. That, as well as having fucking nukes big enough and strong enough to completely obliterate Antarctica and start the Great Flood. Since in real life, humans now, we don't have bombs big or powerful enough to completely annihilate Antarctica like that and create a global flood. So humans were truly advanced in the Splatoon world. So who's to say that they couldn't just, that Commander Tartar couldn't just be cloning Agent 8 or whatever, since we know cloning technology already exists, and Commander Tartar most likely has the knowledge of that cloning technology. So it was a fun little idea I came up with and thought could be cool. I mean, it's just like a harmless little idea. Why not throw it out there? If it turns out to be true, then that'd be wild that I was right, but it's not really going to hurt anybody if it's wrong. It's just a nice little idea to throw out there. We're all hyped about Side Order, and we have to wait over half a year for it to come out. Damn near half a year. All right. So in between that time, we can just throw out stupid, funny, just silly theories and whatever. So if this actually turns out to be true, I'm going to lose my mind. But there's so many different things we can like talk about and theorize about, speculate on. Like, I still have more Side Order videos that I need to make. All right. So I'm not done yet. I've already made 4. This is the 5th, and I still got a couple more left. All right. So there's a lot to talk about in Side Order, despite the trailer only being like a minute long. But I'm very excited for it, and I'll keep the videos coming. I still do need to do my trailer analysis, although at this point it might be irrelevant since many people have already done it already, and it's been like 3 days since the trailer dropped. But fuck it. I mean, free content. Maybe I'll notice some things that most other people didn't. Who knows? And it's also just fun to go and watch and see other people's thoughts and perspectives on the trailer and just stuff in general. So I'm gonna be working on that. I got a couple of Side Order videos to make, and then I also still have to make that trailer analysis as well as a challenge run that I think will be interesting. But yeah, that's really about it. So see you next mission and play some goddamn Splatty.